So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Broadcasting live from just a couple of miles down from the world's most famous beach, right here in the Daytona Beach area. And today we're talking about having the right thing to say. All the time, no matter what happens. You're on a date, talking to the boss, in a sales meeting, talking to your wife, your husband, your kids. The right thing to say. How can you do that? It's a very simple technique I started a long time ago. It's kind of like advanced talking to yourself. Deal? It's easy. You'll like this. We'll talk about just advanced talking to yourself. What the hell am I talking about? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. And the truth is, for almost 16 years now, that's what it's been, because the world can be kind of a icky place sometimes. It is. Just watch the news one night. It's kind of icky sometimes. And so we show up and we try to get a positive boost at least a little bit, but we have one mantra that we have to stick with. So if you've been with me a long time, you should have this one oozing out of yourself to be like, ooze. Stand up, take a step, repeat. That's it. The world's simplest success recipe. If you can do that, and I will tell you, there are people who cannot. If you're on the couch today, I got to get you off the couch. Stand up, take a step, just go somewhere, just get moving, and repeat once you begin to get the results you want. If you can do that, you can do just about anything. How are you? My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Happy to have you here today. And if you happen to be watching on the YouTube channel, it is up and running now. This is the very first week, so if you're just the audio folks, we've made great, really worked hard to make sure we could do both at the same time. It's been a long process here, but it's a little weird, so it'll settle down here in a couple of days. But if you're watching the video today, there it is. You've asked to see that. That's the world-famous Marilyn Monroe coffee mug. I've had now about 20 years. It's the only woman I'm allowed to cheat with. Right there. All right, so let's dig into this a little bit here today, because it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know if you like to talk to yourself or not. It used to be, you could get caught talking to yourself all the time. I do it naturally. My wife walks in, I'm talking to myself. I don't even know it. She's like, you talking to yourself again? Yeah, I just do it. Used to be in the car driving, be talking to yourself, and if somebody would look at you at the stoplight, you get caught. You'd be like, I'm singing a song. I'm pretending, right? That's the way it used to be. Nowadays, we have cell phones. We have hands-free cell phones. We can talk to ourselves all the time, and nobody even knows. It's awesome. And you record yourself too. So the reason I say this is because talking to yourself is how you figure stuff out. It's how you learn what to say. Remember, the premise of the show today is always having the right thing to say. And the way you get there is you talk to yourself. Yeah, it's true. Now, you can't predict everything that's going to be going on in your life right now, but you can predict a few things. So let me set the stage for you here so you kind of understand what's happening and how you use this. It's not just talking to yourself. It's strategic, advanced talking to yourself. It's predicting the future. It's reading the minds of people that you're going to be talking to. It's getting inside and figuring out what might happen and what might not happen, and then practicing that in advance. I did this with my wife when I first met her. So I had a mission when I met my wife, Joy, 15 years ago. I was going to marry her. That was it. Why would I date her? Guys, stop it. I wanted to marry her. So it was really important that I got the result I wanted every single time that I met with her. So I would do what I'm going to teach you to do today, and it was just amazing. I got the girl, right? Okay. How to have the right thing to say all the time. Let's get into this. There is something I call the How Do I Feel strategy session. I've been talking about this for a long time. If it's your first time, because we have so many new people on the program these days, if you are just for the first time thinking, how do I feel strategy session? I ask you oftentimes, how do I want to feel? Now, the reason I do that is because it's directing kind of a question at you. Your subconscious mind perks up and listens and gives you the ability to say, well, I want to feel good. I want to feel in control. So how do I feel strategy session is kind of that. It's kind of taking that run. So here's what we do. About once a month, I want you to look at your world and take a few minutes and review what's going on with your life. What do you got coming up? What's happening at your job? What's happening taking a vacation? You're going to be talking to somebody, going to a club meeting. How are your relationships? Are you dating? Do you want to get the girl like I did? What's going on? Sales call? Boss meeting? Somebody down the hall maybe it's not working out really well? Is there something coming up here in the next month or the next week, however you want to do it, that you need to pay extra particular attention to? So once you get that, you're going to form a little bit of a list. So pick one. So say it's, let's stay with get the girl. That's it. Or get the boy, whichever one you want. You're going to form a list. And you're going to do, like I used to do when I met my wife, Joy, we'd have a date one night. And I would think, how's this date going to go? What's our conversation going to be? How do I move her closer to marrying me? How do I do that? No, I'm not manipulating her. I'm just making sure things are said. So what I would do is I would imagine every possible thing that can happen when I went on a date. I'd figure out where we're going to be, what might get said, what might be uncomfortable. I'd look at it from every possible angle. I didn't just say, I want to say this, we'll see what happens. No, I said, I want to say this, and what if it doesn't go the way I want it to go? I want to think about that in advance and have something to say in return. Imagine a sales call. Imagine going into a meeting anywhere, whatever you have to do. If you say, how do I want to feel about this when I'm coming out of this? How do I want to feel when this meeting's over? How do I want them to feel when we get through this thing? How do I do this? What do I want to have happen? And what if they say this? And what if they say that? What am I going to do? Imagine every single possible scenario and think it through. Now, here's what's going to happen. When the situation arrives, it's not going to be as if you had to recite a bunch of words. It's not. The reason this works is because we've asked that question, how do I want to feel? And we're making it a strategy session, looking in advance, saying, okay, what could possibly happen that I need to respond to? So when you get in the situation that you're about ready to get into, you've already thought it out. There's no surprise. You figured out every possible scenario. If you do this right, you would have done that. It doesn't take long. But the other side of the coin is if something does go awry, what happens? Wait a second, Scott, I forgot to do something. You told me to cover everything. I can't think of everything. I'm not a magical person who knows everything about the world. You're not. It's not what I heard. What happens when that happens? Well, it's pretty simple. Remember, here's the process. It's a how do I want to feel strategy session where you're going to take any possible situation where you are interacting with another person, which you know is always going to be the most greatest thing about your life, but also has the possibility to be the worst thing about your life. Every possible situation is coming up, and you're going to look at that situation that's going to happen and say, all right, let me think this thing through. What could happen? What could happen? What can happen? What do I want to have happen? What do I want them to want to have happen? What can happen? What can happen? What can happen? Think it until you're like, okay, got it figured out. I can't do this anymore. And then something pops up that you didn't expect, and your mind's like, that was easy. Just that one little thing, boom, you're ready to go. You see, the truth here is what I'm trying to do is give you the ability to almost predict the future. And also give you ability not to react to a situation, not to be surprised by something, give you the mental and the emotional capacity to be in control. And at the same time, if it does go off the rails a little bit, you're in control and you don't lose your stuff because of that. I simply call it a how do I feel strategy session, but basically what it is, it's a very cool way for you to always have the right thing to say. Sometimes you'll hear me call it a pre-planned response as well. We'll do a show on that specifically at some point. A pre-planned response is just same thing, thinking it through so you know what to say. And we'll do that maybe in a future podcast, if you will. Well, all right. So thank you for checking us out today, the Daily Boost Podcast, all over the place. A little weird today in the YouTube studio, figuring stuff out and pushing all the buttons and everything, but it's working out okay. Go to YouTube, just search out Daily Boost Podcast on YouTube, and you'll find it. You can check out the video there. By the way, thank you for all the great comments, and it's cool to see. Oh, look, I messed up my graphic. It's not supposed to say that. It's not. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons in all the wrong places, but that's okay, because that's what it's all about, just having some fun and enjoy yourself. All right, so coming up tomorrow, we're going to get into something that I think is kind of fun, and that is procrastination. Really, the P word. Yeah, we're going to do it. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.